Alors, today is vlog day 775. Morning, I mean, it's evening. I haven't really filmed much yet today. Anything, really. It is Friday. Normally it's French Friday, but I've been asked repeatedly to explain Patreon. Actually, like 3 times in the last 2 days, which I feel is a sign. Especially since so much is going on with Patreon between the postcards, the poster, so much. I wanted to take a moment and explain to you what Patreon is, how it's involved in my life and what I'm creating, how you can get involved, what kind of cool swag you get out of it, and why it's just generally worth everyone's time. Not everyone's gonna be into it, that's fine. If you're not interested in Patreon, understanding what's going on, getting like postcards from the disposable cameras that I've been shooting around Paris, other swag, stickers, that kind of stuff, you come back tomorrow. It'll be very interesting. Or watch like one of the 700 other videos that I've already made. There's plenty to go around. Quick housekeeping notes. 1, Brendan's, thank you for the backpack full of Juanita's tortilla chips and hot sauce. Holy cow, they shrink wrapped all these hot sauces for me. That's amazing. I might have to partake of this already here today. Okay, that's thing number 1. Thing number 2, Peach. I think I have bad news to share about Peach, but I'm gonna save that for tomorrow. I took photos and footage and I'll share that tomorrow. Peach, we hardly knew ye. Patreon. I gotta grab a couple of things, just quick supplies, and then I'll be ready to talk about Patreon. Hopefully the lighting is good enough here right now. I meant to do this earlier. Today turned into a very nice, surprise-filled day as well. Much more relaxing than yesterday. Still good, right back. I'm missing a couple of items, but we'll make this work. Patreon. What is Patreon? Patreon is not really crowdfunding. One of the easy ways to explain it is to liken it to something like Kickstarter, but it's an ongoing Kickstarter, and not really, because crowdfunding projects are usually to a project, like it's for an end goal. Making a book, for example, I kickstarted my book, Couriers Off Grid. This right here, I kickstarted this book this spring, right? Made a project that was finished. Like we raised a certain amount of money to afford to be able to put some nice artwork on this, make it look nice, print it, ship it, all that, and that's crowdfunding for you. It's usually towards an end goal. Patreon is more like a membership or a subscription service. So if you watch my vlog every day, regularly enough, my vlog is free. You can show up, you can watch it on YouTube. There are very rarely ever any advertisements on them. It's just something, it's a form of entertainment that I give to you for free every day. If you have no idea how much work that takes, why I put all this effort into it, I love it. I genuinely enjoy making them every day, and I'm happy to share them for free. That's fine. We can leave it off at that. You can come back and watch something else later. That's cool. For those of you who recognize like there's a lot of work that goes into this and you want to be a part of it, you want to support it, you want to pay for the content that you enjoy so much. I know that it's crazy, but there are people out there in the world who are actually generous enough that are willing to pay for the content that they enjoy and they consume. Patreon is probably the best way to do it. There are other ways to do it. Like I do sell merch every month for the last 2 months. I'm going to take a break on that for now because we got a lot of other things going on. I have one really fun idea for a t-shirt that I'm going to come back to soon. There's just straight up tipping through like Ko-fi, other things like that. You can buy books. There's a lot of ways that you can support me for a one-off, but there are a lot of people that recognize that the vlog that I create is something that's a part of their everyday life. They can drink their coffee, they can watch it, they can enjoy it, they can move on with their day. They want to be more actively supportive in an ongoing capacity. And Patreon is good for that. Basically, Patreon is a way for you to sign up to give anywhere from $1 to however many dollars you would like per month. And in exchange, you actually get some bonuses. You get a little bit of behind the scenes access. I do use Patreon as a way of interacting with people that are a part of my core audience. It's a really fun place to show up, but what you end up getting, like let's say you give $1 per month. At $1 per month, you get to vote. Kind of every week, not really every week. It's every week that there's not another poll. So a couple times, if not 3 times a month, you get to vote on something that I eat that week, like a random food poll. So when we went to the rooftop bar, the 43, and you saw that was voted on by my patrons. I gave them 4 options of different rooftop bars in the city. Where do you want me to go have a drink this week? They chose the 43. We went to the 43. It was awesome. That was a direct result of the patrons voting. I haven't gone to any of those at the rooftop bars. I should. I haven't yet. So there's a food poll at the $1 a month level. At the $3 a month level, we do a monument poll. So once a month, I'll go somewhere in the city that you decide on and go check it out. Either I'll live stream from it or I'll just show it in my vlog. Either way, you get the idea. At $5, you're able to vote for somewhere that I go somewhere within France. At $10, you get to vote on a trip that I take somewhere within Europe, which is why I'm going to Venice soon because my patrons chose Venice out of all the locations they could have. And at $25, which we have not unlocked yet, we haven't gotten there yet, it's a trip anywhere in the world. Literally anywhere that it's legal and possible for me to travel. Once a quarter, people at $25 will be able to vote. Jay, go here, and I'll go there, which is really, really fun. It's actually a really cool way to interact. It's a really cool way to be a part of the vlog. It's a really cool way to it's really fun. I don't know, it's really, really cool. I like traveling to random new places. I like being pushed out of my comfort zones and giving some of these decisions, even though like I generally try to make the options all things that I would like to do, they're not always all things I'd like to do. And often my patrons seem to figure that out and choose the things that I don't want to do, like eat horse meat. You can go back to last year. It was a mess. The point is that it's a really fun way to interact. I really appreciate my patrons so much because Patreon has changed my life in building a subscription base for the last year. A year ago when I started season 2, I made a very strong commitment to myself to actually try to grow Patreon, to value my work, to value what I'm doing at a level that I would say, okay, I'm gonna open this thing. It's not making much money. I was making like $150 a month at most. I was like $100 a month before like really the vlog started kicking things into gear. And I was like, you know what, this season, I want Patreon to grow with me, to grow with the vlog. I want to get to know my fan base that much more. I want to interact with them. I want to do polls. It's just such a fascinating opportunity to get to interact with people. I want to grow this because I knew that if I could actively grow it and steadily grow it over the course of a year, it would also free me up to spend more time on my vlog. Like a year ago, I was working 3 or 4 random jobs at a time. I was doing tour guiding, I was building websites, I was doing voice acting, I was teaching English, I was doing all these different things that were just like taking so much time, they were so stressful, still trying to vlog on top of that, still thankfully succeeding in vlogging on top of that. And I was like, if I can build Patreon up, hopefully within a year, I get to a place where I can be full-time just on YouTube, and then I can pick and choose the random things I like to do on the side, but I can make better content. I would be happier, healthier, more stable. And that proved to be very, very true. If you watch back through the last couple of years of vlogging, you can see a year ago just how incredibly stressed out, tired, exhausted I was. I'm tired and exhausted right now, but from good things that I get to pour myself into, that I have time to make a guide to Paris and share that and sell that. There's so many things that I'm free to do, that I was able to afford to go to VidCon in Anaheim, that I was able to afford to travel to these countries and hit my 40 country goal, that I'm able just to spend the time to sit down and focus and concentrate on making better content, making better videos, making better vlogs. I hate the word content, by the way. It drives me crazy, but whatever. I love making these. My watch is trying to listen in on this. I love making these. I love spending time writing. I love spending time just creating and sharing, and I am fortunate enough to have slowly and steadily found an audience, to have found a group of people that love what I'm doing and love participating in all that I'm creating enough to be willing to sacrifice a coffee every month just to help me focus that much more on it. And what's cool about Patreon is that it's the group of people that really are rooting for me the most. The group on Patreon is a very unique and wonderful group of people that really want me to succeed. They want me to succeed wildly. They don't just want me to be making enough to survive. They're the group that really wants me to rise up and do amazing things within the art form that I'm creating here. And they're supporting me and pushing me closer towards that every day. And it's fantastic. Now, the other perks that come with it, of course, if you were thinking about joining, are that at the $3 level right now, you're able to get in on this. The poster that I showed you the other day of me that was done in my French Friday Frenchman outfit and gear. This looks nuts. Who is this? I mean, you've seen the footage. This is me with a mustache. A much more beautiful version of me than has ever existed, but it is me. At $3 or up, by the end of September, I'm gonna be running a thing where I'm trying to, encourage Patreon along because I'd like to reach some new goals along the way. But this is one of those pushes throughout September. If you wanna be a part of it, just got a notification and it freaked me out because it looked like my camera had stopped recording. If you wanna be a part of this, you want a chance to win this, like physically, I'm going to ship this to you. Then join at $3 or up. Anybody at $3 and up has an opportunity to win this, and I will ship it to you personally. If you want me to, I will even draw my own something or other on this. You tell me what to do. I'll put a cat on this. I'll draw a pirate, whatever you want. We'll put that on there. That's $3 and up. In the next couple of weeks, I actually have the scans for the next round of postcards. I will put some of them up over here. If you'd like to get in on a random postcard, I will send you a postcard with a handwritten something or other on it. This is not just a one-time thing. The postcards happen every time I run through a disposable camera, which I don't have an example of because I think the rest of them are down in the garage. I still have more of them. Every other disposable camera, I turn into postcards and I send to my patrons at $5 or up. The odd-numbered cameras turn into postcards. The even-numbered postcards, the even-numbered cameras, I just give away in their entirety to one random patron and they can do whatever they want with them. Unfortunately, my finger ended up in one of these shots. I think it's of Notre Dame. Sorry about that. Do you want me to leave that one in or not? I think it's still a cool shot. It's unfortunate about the finger. I could play around with it or something, but let me know whether or not we should make a postcard out of that. This is effectively what you get from Patreon. It's these votes to tell me what to do with my life, what to eat, where to travel, where to live stream. You also get those bonuses. You also, if you stick around for a while, get it? Stick around for a while. There's stickers. The only way to get this Gustav sticker is to be a patron for 6 months, and I'll send you one. The other one that I have, you see them on the back of my laptop. I don't have any more of them sitting with me right now because Kate has them. I have my own personal Space Invader that I created for myself. It's on a t-shirt. You've seen the t-shirt. You can get that sticker. The only way to get that sticker is to be a patron for a year or longer. That's kind of intense. And if you want the sticker of my heart face, you have to go to the Peloton. They're the only ones that have that. I haven't been talking about that at all lately. If you would like one of these, you can go get one from the Peloton. Just walk in, ask them. They'll sell it to you. I think for like €5 or something like that. I'm not sure. Anywho, there's a lot of good stuff going on, and Patreon has legitimately changed my life. If you've seen a qualitative difference in my vlog over the last year, a huge portion of that is due to the fact that my patrons have been so supportive. They've been there. It's grown to the point that I can actually start to say no to work that I don't want to do, that's a little bit too much, that's too stressful, that doesn't pay well. Taking a pay cut in a number of ways, but it's freed me up because this stable income is coming just to get more vlogs out of me. And so then all of a sudden traveling, vlogging, talking, this right now is becoming my job. And that is amazing. And I'm so fortunate. And I want to keep doing this. I want to keep sharing stories with you. And as vlogging becomes more of my full-time job, then my hobby time can be spent more on writing, making sure that I'm creating more books. For those of you that bought the first Courier's book, that gets us closer to a second Courier's book, which I'm outlining but need to get more work time in on because it takes a lot of time to write a book. You get the idea. This is a very virtuous cycle, and I am so fortunate to have it as a part of my life, and I'm so fortunate to have my patrons as a part of my life. It has legitimately changed my life, changed the vlog. The content, if you enjoy it now, if you're fairly recent to the vlog, is only better because of my patrons. And so even if you don't want to become a patron, even if you're not remotely interested, that's fine. No pressure. You don't have to. Please continue to show up. Hang out. If you want to leave comments, great. If you just want to watch, fine. That's great. I'm here to create content, and I'm always going to, and I love doing it, and I don't have any expectations of riches or fame or anything from it. I just love making videos. I love writing books. I love telling stories, and I just want to have people to share that with. That is ultimately the core of this. But if you want to be a part of it at a deeper level, if you want to enable this content to improve, if you want to help me make different things, broader things, travel a little bit more, go to different interesting restaurants, whatever it is, you can be a part of it by being a part of Patreon. And that's the offer that's there. Is just, it's not, you don't really get a whole lot back out of Patreon directly besides help voting on stuff and stickers, whatever else. They're fun. I enjoy making them. I enjoy sharing them. But the ultimate core of Patreon is to join together and to make something bigger and better together. Because without you, well, who cares what I'm making? And without me making stuff, you'll be off watching something else. So I hope that made sense. I've been meaning to, I hope that made sense. So if you want to jump on Patreon, all you have to do is go to Patreon. The link is below. I'll put it up here. It'll be on the end screen, up here, not up there, up there. Patreon.com/Jay Swanson. Jump on for whatever you feel like doing. Things are going well enough that Patreon invited me to come to their Creator Summit in Los Angeles in November, so I'll be going to do that. If you're in LA or San Diego, hopefully we can do some meetups, and that'd be great to meet up while I'm there. I'm just so excited. I don't even know what's going to happen in the next year, and I'm so fortunate to have the people that I already have in my life. And for those of you who have been patrons, especially for those of you who've been patrons for a long time, who believed in me when nobody else did and have been here forever, thank you so much. I'm so grateful to you, and I am indebted to you. And I hope that every day, as I strive to make something new for you and share it, that you know that you've been a part of that. And the physical, emotional, spiritual health that I have stumbled into over the last year has been largely due to you. So thank you. So very much for that as well. I hope that you're doing really well wherever it is you are. It's getting dark outside. I need to end this. I will see you bright and early tomorrow morning for another round of whatever it is. Oh, we're going to Versailles tomorrow to hang out a little bit and see a couple of different things out there that are in the guide that you wouldn't necessarily see on tour. We'll do a kind of a mélange of both. That's a mixture in French. And I will see you tomorrow morning for that. Good night, sleep well wherever you are, or good morning and have a nice day wherever you are. I need to end this now. Thanks.